Hi, Kara. It's Karen Trasati. Thank you so much for letting me do your makeup at Vanessa's. It was so much fun. You were absolutely gorgeous. You were my fair-skinned queen. So I'm going to put together your palette based on your colors. You got this actual palette. You got it for free. I think they charge you $3. You got a $28 credit toward the palette. And it's a nice palette because this is the same size. I'm just using a different color here to put your colors in it. So once you get your order, you're going to pull everything out. All the little tins like this are going to come in a little bag. I would put this bag in the refrigerator or freezer as soon as you get it out from your mail, just so that the creams have the opportunity to set so that they're not melting. So you're going to pull the lids off of the tin. Read the back of them. The names are on the back of them. If you're like me, I have old eyes, so I need those little magnifiers. And then I would put my makeup in this order. Remember, these are magnets. So I would put my amber first. That's your main highlight or foundation color. Secondly, I would put Aura. That's your brightening or concealer shade. Third, Ash. That's your contour color. Fourth, La Cienega, obvious lip and cheek. All of our lip and cheek colors serve two purposes, and even really three. You could use them as an eyeshadow. Then you got this amazing demi corrector. It's Y01. It's a kind of orange yellowish color. It's just to cancel out any distractions. I would flip over and I would put my rose gold illuminator on the other side. Brush wise, you got the spot brush. This spot brush is just for the demi. It's amazing. You got the 3D brush. This is multi-purpose brush. It's our most sold brush. Double-ended. It can do all the other things that need to be done with this brush. You got the perfector sponge to set the makeup with the setting spray. And you got the amazing brush cleaner. The brush cleaner is so amazing. You simply spray a towel, a microfiber towel, take your brush, or you could simply spray the brush and take it against the towel. Right? It gets all the makeup off. It's amazing. It smells great and it's already clean, right? Disinfect it and you can use it. You don't have to wait for it to dry, etc. Okay, let's go through the application. Number one, if you want, you could take the setting spray, spray your face, and use that as a primer. That's an optional phase. Next thing I would do is take this little Y01. You're going to take the small end of that spot demi brush, really tiny. Remember, these are very, very pigmented, so you just need to take a little tiny bit. Anywhere you have distractions. So you felt like you had some purple under the eyes. Start with less. I just dab that in and then I blend. Right? Let's go for this. So any red or purple in your face, like these little distractions. I just had some skin cancer stuff done, so. But you can see where that just demi corrects it. So the first thing you're going to do, you only had a problem here. You felt like you had a distraction here for the under eye. So that's what we're using that for. Come into wherever you see the purple or the red. Dab it. Then take the big end of the brush and blend it. You shouldn't even see it, but it should color correct. If you need more, go in and add more. Look at that, right? It immediately color corrected the purple under my eyes. It immediately color corrected this. So if you end up with a pimple in your face or you have a freckle or a sunspot, you can go into that sunspot and color correct it. Okay, so that part's done. That's the first thing you're going to do. Then I would take that other brush you got, the 3D brush. It has a dome or a big fat end and that has a domed shape end. We're going to use the dome-shaped end to contour. So we're going to go into Ash Contour. We dab, dab, dab. Doesn't matter if we get too much or too little. It's buildable makeup and it's cream. We're going to start at the top of our ear And where our cheekbone is, we're going to push right under that bone and come up. What we don't want to do, see how that immediately lifted my face on this side to this side, right? What I didn't do was pull it down, right? So think of a Nike swoosh, come down, swoosh it up. It should stop right here by your eye. Same thing on this side. Come down, swoosh it up. Immediate definition. Now, obviously, we're going to blend that. I would come down here and add a little. You can even make sure you're blending in your neck a little. You can blend all that later. I would take the same ash contour, come up here, get into your hairline so that you add some definition up here. We're going to blend all that. If you want to contour your nose, you didn't need to for sure. But if you wanted to, you could use the same brush. The tighter in the lines, the slimmer your nose will look. I would add a little contour here. Okay, so we got our lines on. It can look like this. I'm then going to take the dome or the big end of that same brush, and we're going to go into your main highlight. Yours is amber. Remember, these are pigmented, so we're just going to dab, dab, dab. Anywhere you don't have contour, let's put your amber. Remember, we only want one layer of makeup. It's not about layering. So we just want, the contour is there. I don't need to put anything on top of it. My main foundation color is here. I don't need to put anything on top of it. So just one layer in those places. Next thing you're going to do is take that same dome-shaped end. I would clean it off on a towel so you don't have contour on it. I would then dab into Aura, which is your highlight color or brightener, concealer. You've already color corrected there, so I would just come up here to brighten, here, down the center of your nose, even if you didn't contour your nose. Then you want to come here. These are all the areas we want to be bright on our face. I would even take Aura and put it on my eyelids because most of us have discoloration on our eyelids. That acts as a primer, right? Next thing you're going to do is you could take the same end of that brush, wipe it off, or the other end, wipe it off, go into La Cienega, apply a little blush there, use your finger, same color La Cienega on your lip and cheek. Now, we take the big end of that brush, we just wipe it off in our little towel, and now we're going to blend everything. You want to start with the lightest. You want to push it into the skin. So as opposed to swiping, we want to press and blend. Push up into the hairline. Sorry, I got bit by a dog and I'm still healing. So this huge Band-Aid. And I love animals, but I was out running and the running incited the dog, and so he decided to bite me. Just make sure everything is blended. So I have to look over here because my eyes are old. Right? Once it's blended, you go back in, you make sure everything is like you want it to be. So I wiped away some of the color corrected there. I'm going to go back in and color correct. Next thing you're going to do is your illuminator. You could take your finger or you could take the dome end of the brush. You want to go right above the blush, right above here, to add a little bit of shine here. What we don't want to do is if I crease like this, I don't want to put it there because it's a highlighter, right? So you don't want to illuminate anywhere that you have wrinkling. I'm a lot older than you are, but just check and make sure that it doesn't get there. And then I would add a little illuminator here. You can add it to your lips. If you're wearing low, you could add a little illuminator here. You could come up here to your brow and add a little bit of illuminator. That just adds some glow to your skin. Final step, you're going to set your makeup. So you can either, I do this at my house, but you're welcome to spray it on your Perfector sponge. You want to spray to set the makeup. Let it set for a second, and then take the perfector sponge and just press. Anywhere you have excess makeup, it will take off the excess. So that is your makeup in a nutshell. From everything from your setting spray to your brush cleaner to your demi corrector. If you have any questions or you have any problems with anything, reach out to me. We can do a Zoom, we can do a FaceTime, I could meet you at your house, etc. I want you to be happy with the makeup. I want you to use the makeup. I want you to enjoy it, right? And then if down the line you want to order anything else, if you want to get the eyeshadows that we put on, I remember your eyes were beautiful with the blondie and stuff that we used. And then we also did the eyebrows, just reach out as well. Here to help.